Hi, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm really happy that you watch my videos. It's insane now, over 8,000 subscribers, which is just like, I can't wrap my head around it. So thank you so much for watching this guy talk about records and music. Just insane. I think it's going to be a pretty cool video, maybe long because I have a huge stack. But this is a recent Vinyl Finds video of stuff that is, I think the 2 records is over a year old. And some that I bought this summer. Original pressings, mostly psych, prog, you know the deal. So yeah, I think you will enjoy this. So let's get going. Subscribe, do the thingy, and but comment. This is, I love the comments. I love the conversation that we have about the records after the video is actually done. This is the way we can interact with each other and share our knowledge and what we think about the music and the record. So yeah, put down a comment, even if it's just like a woohoo, Okay, moving into showing the first record. This is a find from Germany. We went to Germany, me and my family, this summer, and I got a huge batch of records. A lot of krautrock records that I had on my want list forever, and Thumb for the Shop. Most of the shops are putting top dollar on each and every krautrock record. They know that people are going there for that. But there were one shop that had really good prices. We're talking about below the medium on Discogs, So I got a lot of records from that shop, maybe 25 records or something. And this was one of them. This is Jeronimo with Cosmic Blues. Got it for a fraction of what it costs, because there's one scratch that makes a tick for 5-6 rotations, but I didn't mind it because the music just overtakes that completely. Jeronimo, the first record that they released, I think they released 2, and this is from, I think, 1972 or something like that, on the Bellaphone label. And this is the first press, because Bellaphone is not boxed. All the other reissues, early reissues, have a boxed Bellaphone. So you have a first press if the Bellaphone is not boxed. So yeah, great hard rock record in my opinion. Really nice cover artwork. It just ticks off all the stuff that I enjoy listening to right now. I went to a fair this summer and met up with my good friend Torsten from Holy Shit Records, a record store in Berlin. I bought some records from him and him from me. So yeah, I love Torsten. He is there's so much knowledge, and he's so friendly. So I think he has a Discogs page, Holy Shit Records in Berlin. Check it out. He recommended this. I sampled it on my phone and decided right away to get it. This is Aera or Aera Human Est. This is the first one from 1975. They released a ton of records. I think the first 2 are the ones to get, that they are most known for. Erlkönig, which is the label of this, almost looks like a private press thing, but this is actually one of the guys from another label, the Cuckoo label. When they stopped putting out rock records, he made his own label, this one, and put out records between 75 and 78, something like that. So not many, 30 records. The first 2 Aera records was part of that. The funny thing is that this is almost a jazz fusion record compared to most rock from this time period, or krautrock. Little bit like Mrs. Beasley or Embryo or something like that. If you're a fan of those bands, I think that you will enjoy the hell out of this one. Really, really good record. The bass is just thumping, really, really cool. So super happy to get an original first press of that by Torsten. Thank you so much. Moving on, this was also on the same fair, but not from Torsten, another guy. I'm very glad that I got this. It's been on my want list for a while. So this is an Irish band. They released, I think, the first press is the UK press. Is a Deram record, and it's very hard to find, if I'm not mistaken, with a completely different cover. Now this is the first German press, and I think that this cover artwork is the one that they used on different, you know, original pressings from other countries, but also the reissues that comes out today with this band and this record. They use this one. It's a little bit nicer, in my opinion. So this is Anno Domini. They only did one record. Ireland, I mean 1973 or something like that, 71 maybe, on this new day. This is fantastic, really good 70s rock record. They start with Rock and Roll Star, the Birds song, and they do a magnificent version of that, I have to say. But the rest of it is, I think the rest of it is original compositions. Yeah, really good rock record, solid all the way. So yeah, I highly recommend it. In the shop in Germany, I found this. Now it had 2 scratches, pretty big scratches, like thick scratches. So I was a little bit hesitant, but the price was just like 1/10 of what it goes for otherwise. So I decided to take a chance on it. And sure, they tick, but they tick for maybe 20 rotations, something like that, and the music overpowers it. I'm not afraid for the cartridge or anything like that, or the needle. So after a clean, yeah, this is, I mean, not an archive copy of this, but I'm fine with it until I find another one. And I'm talking about Hinton. So yeah, this is the Ass record with the ass and the ass, but this is all over the place, like really on the Or label, super experimental, and but I have to say, like, even if it's a fairly crazy record, the guitars are to die for, like really like shredding guitars. So super happy to get a copy of this, even if it's not the best shape. Yeah, for a good price. And buying it in Germany also, like that also adds a little bit to the charm of this. Okay, moving on. Having a shop and having this channel for so many years, I mean, you get friends, you know. People are contacting me all the time with suggestions of stuff that they have found and they want to trade or sell, and a lot of those people are also shop owners, and this is also why I keep on doing this, because those friendships that you establish, like, and the contacts are so, it's worth something, you know. So with this one, a store contacted me, or maybe I contacted them. I saw they put this out, maybe. Anyway, and I got it for a great price. Like we came to a conclusion of the price, and I think I bundled it. Anyway, here in Sweden, this is not a genre that I usually collect, and maybe a record that I have. It's been on my want list for a long time, but it's not like the first one I would buy, if you get what I mean. But man, it's good. So this is Soul Makosa. Makosa with Lafayette Afro rock band. They did 2 records, very similar in style when it comes to the cover artwork, and also maybe music. This is a rare record, but the second one is even rarer, like really like hen's teeth, you know. Amazing artwork. This is the French first press. So yeah, not an easy record to get a hold of, especially here in this cold ass small country. So I'm really glad that I finally have that in my collection, and I'm so grateful for all the friends and contacts that I have established or established, what's the name for it, like that I've come across, and yeah, during these years. Okay, moving on. So this is one that I should have had for 20-30 years, but I've never stumbled upon a copy that was affordable. I wanted an affordable copy, but now in hindsight, I mean, I should have bought this for any price because it's such an amazing record. I bet most of you already have this, but this is actually a second Japanese press, so it's pretty damn close to the original, you know, and I get goosebumps just talking about it. So this is the Flower Traveling Band with Satori, their second release. The first one is called like Anyway or Away or something like that. It's mostly covers. This is the first record where they did all their composition themselves. All the tunes are self-penned, and it's like one big suite almost, because all of them are called Satori 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 5, I think. You know that it's a second press because it's 2,300 yen on the Obi. I think the first press had 1,900 or something like that. So the second press 2,300, and it's neat that the Obi actually is still intact, I have to say. Not much to talk about when it comes to the label, but yeah, they put out their stuff out on Atlantic. They had great contacts in the States. I read, and this also contained I don't know what this is, like a small sheet. I mean, if you, like me, once don't know what this music is, and you think that it's a hippy-dippy like thing, new age thing, and Japanese, rock. This is, I shit you not, this is probably going to be one of the hardest, like the heaviest records that you have played in a long time if you haven't heard it. It's like if Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin had a Japanese child. That's Flower Traveling Band for you, but heavier, like almost. Okay, moving on. This is one that these two records I've had for a year, I think over a year. Bought them in collections, I think both of them, and it's one of those, like, you play it. I obviously digged it because I haven't sold it, but after 1 week, 2 weeks, I just totally forgot how it sounds, so I play it again. So it's probably been on the turntable like 5 or 6 times during this year, and I can never like remember how it sounded. So today I sat down, really listened to it, and decided to put it in the video. So I'm putting it in the collection. I'm not gonna sell this, and I think that the reason why this isn't more known is because of the cover artwork, because this is a heavy 70s rock record, and the cover artwork does not do this justice. So this is Jump. Looks like a disco record of sorts. This is a little bit better because they have long hair, at least, so you know that they are hooligans. Yeah, and this copy came with the lyrics sheet, or yeah, insert. And it's on Janus, which did so many awesome records back in the day, countless. So yeah, finally listened to it, decided to keep it, going into a collection. But if you don't know about it, I recommend it. Like, it's maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10 in my opinion. Yeah, Jump, cool one. The same goes with this. I think that maybe not in a collection, but I bought it. It's not an expensive record at all, and I played it, forgot about it, how it sounds, played it again, like, so maybe 6-7 times during this year I played it. Can't remember. Did the same thing today, played it, and this time I know about it, and this is going into the collection. This is a really, really good record, and it's not expensive at all. It's a cheap heat. Ron Cornelius with Tin Luck, 73, doesn't say. On a major label, but it has all the ingredients for being like one of those private pressed folk tunes. But yeah, and production awesome, like really, really good. Songs strong. If you are a fan of 70s singer-songwriter, this is a no-brainer. Like, I think it's kind of cool when you find records like this that isn't that known but blows you away when it comes to music quality. Yeah, check it out. Like, check it out. I'm going to show you this very quickly. I found it in a collection. I decided to keep it because it's like one of those iconic records. So even if I'm not a collector or per se of Ramones, I can't really sell it. I have 2 or 3 Ramones records, and I love them, but I don't play them that often because I play other stuff. But this is the self-titled record. Only fun thing I think for you guys out there is that the NCB indicates that this is a Scandinavian, or in this case I even think it's a Swedish press. And I have to say, like 1976, something like that. I mean, this time period, Swedes had a good coin in their pocket to buy stuff like music. And I think all the way through the 70s, going into the 80s, a lot of these bands had Scandinavian and Swedish pressings because they sold so many copies, which is kind of cool. Okay, the next one. This was a want list item, maybe top 15, top 10, top 15. Like, I've been looking for this for so long. I don't think I've ever seen a physical copy in a store of it. So I'm with my good friend Kim at a record fair, digging through records, you know. And Kim has grown to be one of my best friends, really, in this sort of crazy collecting world, but even beyond that, because we talk about so much more than records. But anyway, so he lives in Denmark, and as often as we we get together and talk music and dig for records. I talked about this record, and he said that he had a spare, and now I thought that he meant a reissue. Like, so I don't think I've told you this, Kim, but I thought it was a reissue. So I was super happy that he wanted to gift me this, like give me this this record, and we have exchanged records back in the day. But when I got home a week later, lo and behold, a package arrived, and it was a U.S. first press of Demian. I was blown away. And he was a little bit like worried because it's not a mint copy, but this plays fine, looks good. I mean, I have no problems with this. Sure, it's not a archive copy, but during these like 15 years I've been looking for this record, or 10 years at least, I never stumbled upon any. So I'm super happy with this copy. Sounds great. So thank you so much, Kim. These are friends that are keepers, isn't it? Moving on, I found this for next to nothing, like €10, I think. And it's a 50-60 euro record, otherwise about like that, in that ballpark. So I couldn't leave it there just because of a rip on the backside, you know. The vinyl looked perfect. It comes with the inner sleeve, stuff like that. So this is the first Norwegian press of Saft, the third release, I think, with Stev, Sul, Rock and Rull. And there's the rip on the backside. So a bummer. Obviously I'm going to look for another copy, but I mean, for that price with everything else in perfect condition, I couldn't leave it there. Like, it's for €10, like, or maybe 8. It was dirt cheap, like really you didn't need to think long kind of price. Next one, fantastic. I can't brag about knowing about this forever and ever. Maybe a year or two ago I sampled this and put it in the want list, and it's been like, I haven't really been looking for it, but when it turned up in a Facebook group, I snagged it right away. It was too good of a price to even, like, I didn't hesitate. So I got it for a fantastic price. It came home and it has refused to leave the turntable. It's just such an amazing record. Maybe one of, if not my favorite record that I'm showing you today. And I'm talking about David Axelrod's Pride. He did this with his son. So I think that maybe, I read that maybe the Wrecking Crew played on it. Maybe the two Axelrods did everything themselves. There's very little information. This was put out in 1970. I don't think that they did any fuss about it. Like, no promotion really. I'm pretty sure it's sold pretty bad. And this happens also to be a white label promo, which is even cooler. in perfect shape. Yeah, this is all over the place. Genre-wise, it's jazz, it's prog, it's pop, it's Latin. Yeah, and it's wonderful. Like, it's experimental, but not experimental as in like hard to digest. This is experimental because of the extreme diversity in genres and instruments and music. Yeah, Pride, Axelrod, check it out. Like, the next one, I've had this in my hand so many times, and I left it. I know like buddies of mine that had it, so maybe I thought about trading and so forth. The thing with this is that there's only like one known song, and that song is a masterpiece, like a psychedelic masterpiece. It's fantastic, but it seems like, and this has never been reissued, it seems like people are jumping ship of this on this record just because there's only one song. Like, there's only one song, and it goes up every year. It goes up a little bit in value. I think that people sells it and then regret it. This is Acid Archives entry also. I don't know if it was Patrik Lundborg who wrote about it, but he wrote like that this song is a masterpiece, but the rest is just like so. Now, I have listened to this 3 times now, and I have to say, like, there's more to it than just that song. Sure, that song is amazing. It's called Dreams of You. It's the first song on the second side. Like 3 minutes and 55 seconds of pure bliss of psychedelia. Like, really cool. Yo, Rosanova and the Vineyard, in dedication to the ones we love. The rest is just like so, sure. But half of the songs, in my opinion, are really good. Like, poppy. Yeah, sure, run of the mill in a way, but then there's like a nerve to it, in my opinion. Yeah, it's interesting, and it holds up most of the time. Is it worth the admission for just one song? Yes, it is. Like, for the price of it today, in my opinion, I would jump on it. Like, if you find a copy that is affordable, I would jump on it, because this will keep on going up in price when people actually understand that this is more than just that one song. But what a song it is. So 3 more to go. This also in that German shop that had all the goodies. I couldn't believe, like, I flipped through records. This was in like maybe the blues section or something like that, and this turned up. I've had this on my want list forever, and it's getting expensive. Like, it's an expensive record. And I flip through the records and I find this, and it's a price like a tenth of the price on a copy on Discogs, you know. So, and it's a first press, looks good, you know, the cover artwork, nothing wrong with that. So obviously I'm thinking like it has to be like scratched to hell. And I pull out the record, and it's in beautiful condition, like VG+++ near mint, you know, better looking than actually the cover, and the cover looks great. So I'm talking about this. This is the Mr. Albert Show Warm Motor, the second one I think that they did. Gatefold sleeve, first Dutch press. Looks like that. I think that the second press was a CD. So yeah, but I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that one. This is amazing. Such a good record. And there's a song on the first side called Electric Baby. The last song on the first side called Electric Baby, that is just a face melter. I shit you not, like one of the best krautrock songs I have heard. I love that song. It's just like perfect, the perfect sort of soundtrack to what I like to listen to and collect and hunt for these days. So yeah, Mr. Albert Show Warm Motor for a fraction of the price in great condition. I mean, I was a happy collector that day. Also in the same shop, I bought this. This is maybe the third press, something like that, but with that sort of structured sleeve. I'm still looking for a first press, but this I'm flipping this for the reissue that Roy Harper released on his own page, and it's one of the worst sounding or most disappointing sounding reissues I've ever heard. Anyway, one of the world's best records in my opinion. This is 11 out of 10 all the way through. 4 songs, long ass songs, majestic and magical. Roy Harper Stormcock 1971 to maybe 73, I don't know. Cool gatefold, yeah. And as you can see, this is with a little bit of a gravelly sleeve, like a structure on the sleeve, which the first one had. So I think that this, the third press, I think it's a third press, also have. And you can tell that it's a later press because EMI logo, I think that the EMI logo wasn't there on the first one, or maybe it wasn't boxed, something like that. Yeah, but a UK press, I'm very happy with that, to be able to replace my dull reissue, getting a little bit closer to the man himself and the recording, getting that original press. So last but definitely not least, again, one that it has refused to leave the turntable. This is everything in a record that I love these days. And we are talking about a very obscure, I think at least, obscure record by David Chalmers called Primeval Road. I think he only did this record back in 1976. And this is a private pressed record. I think that most of this is like a way for him to show what he could do, because it's a little bit all over the place when it comes to genre, but especially it's mostly like a singer-songwriter record. Production wise, it sounds great. Recording, it sounds great, like really good. I was blown away by the recording quality of this. Like almost, I wouldn't say audiophile, but I mean, you have pretty low expectations when it comes to private pressed records, don't you? He also do a cover of, I don't want to talk about it, the Crazy Horse song, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. He does a magnificent job with that one. Not as good as the original, but damn close. Other than that, just like ripping guitars and good acoustic moments, like, yeah, solid as record on River Records. David Chalmers. So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, long ass video, but some more. I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone.